James Oliver-Pearce joins us. He's guided the Under-18s to top of the table. Seems like a really exciting time, but tell us about some help you had on Saturday from a first teamer.
Yeah, we had Will Nightingales obviously picked up quite a long-term injury, and after speaking with Steve Salis, he's mentioned trying to get Will involved with some of the young lads and see how he can support. And we had a conversation on Friday. He come in and did the analysis with the group. Went through all of what we expected from Luton and also what we expected from ourselves. And then on Saturday he was effectively my support, but on the day he was the assistant. He gave the boys some little nuggets of information on what to expect and what to deal, how they could deal with certain situations at half time and pre-game, and his information coming from someone probably must be the academy's longest serving player now, so someone that's gone through it all. It was really powerful, and the lads reacted really well to his information.
With respect to yourself, who's doing a fine job, was it great for them to hear a different voice as well?
100%. Most weeks it's just me, with the support of sometimes Michael Hamilton. Rob and Robbo are down most weeks to watch as well, but for them to hear a player, someone that they're aspiring to be, it sometimes carries a little bit more weight from someone they see as a peer and someone that they're aspiring to get to.
And was it a surprise for them? Did you just throw it upon them that Will was coming, or was they pre-warned?
They found out Friday, because obviously they'd have seen him during analysis and him obviously understanding what we're doing and what we're expecting. That's what most of it was about. But no, they knew on Friday.
And since the game on Saturday, does he go through feedback after the game as well?
Yeah, he just said well done to him. He's really impressed with the intensity, the quality, how they adjusted to information at half time, because though we scored right at the end of the first half, Luton had got on top for a period towards the end of the first half, so we had to make some adjustments, and the boys end up controlling probably the first 20 minutes of the second half, which was really pleasing.
Yeah, and Will's a really competitive player, so he'll probably make a really good coach as well, wouldn't he?
Definitely. He's got a great manner, great empathy with the players. He really cares, he's really passionate, but at the same time is really controlled in how he spoke. But he couldn't speak highly enough of all of the lads, and hopefully it's something that we're going to carry on now. Whilst he's got this period out, it keeps him occupied and keeps him busy and experiencing probably another side of the game that you might not be able to do so much with the first team. But with the youth team, there's lots of opportunities for the support, and it's hugely appreciated as well.
Fans will have seen that the Under-18s are top of the table with the regular updates.
Yeah.
It's great for us all to hear. What about this squad though? Is it an exciting crop this time around?
Yeah, they're the biggest thing I can say about this group is they're really, really together. They celebrate each other's successes. So two of the boys had their first game back really. Aaron Jones got his first 90 minutes and Ruben Mason got his first 45. And they really, really celebrate each other's individual successes. And down in the change rooms, they're always lively. They've always got a little bit of a in-joke going on. They're up on the tennis tables. They're quite happy to tell some of the first team players that they think they can beat them. Not sure that quite materialises, but they back themselves. And also they've been performing on the football pitch. That's 9 games we've had this season, including 2 cup games. They drew their first game of the season away to Cambridge, and then they've won every game since. They've got a semi-final of the Youth Alliance Cup coming up, as well as the FA Youth Cup next week, as well as being top. And they've also got a game in hand, which is quite impressive. They've scored a lot of goals. Their goal difference is +9, better than second. Yeah, so they're exciting, but they're defending pretty well on the whole as well, which is great. We just want to now see ultimately how much more they're going to progress, and hopefully by the end of the season they're getting experience of men's football, whether that be out on loan or whether they're needed with the first team.
Some of those characteristics you spoke about, is that the type of thing you're trying to breed, that you want young, confident footballers? Because keeping that faith that you're going to make it is probably half the battle, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly. It's half the battle. Everybody wants to feel confident, regardless of whether you're a footballer or not. You want to feel confidence in what you're doing, Obviously, when results are going your way, that's great. But I do honestly believe that the results have gone the way they've gone because of the camaraderie that they've got within the group. It's not all been plain sailing. I know that their results have been really positive, but they have had to face some adversity in games. They've been losing at points. They've been 1 goal down in the quarterfinals of the cup. We were 2-0 down after 8 minutes after a long journey, and that they got themselves together to come through it, which was really pleasing. And ultimately, we want these boys to have a personality that we as an academy and as a club we expect, but also one that the fans can associate them to being a Wimbledon player on a Wimbledon side.
It's great to hear. And how are preparations going for that FAU Cup game?
They haven't started yet. We will begin on Thursday. We've been really focusing on the game at the time. We've got Leighton Orient away on the weekend, and because the game is so close to the games are so close to each other, we will begin on Thursday and try and prepare for both as well as we possibly can. Woking are a good side. They're unbeaten this season. Their league form's been equally as impressive as ours has, and they've always had a good academy set up. I know their coach Scott, he's a Wimbledon fan as well. They're always very well drilled, and funny enough, he was my coach when I was an under-18
really?
at Woking as well. So it's always interesting coming up against them as well.
Yeah, great stuff. And that brings me on to the last question really. It's your 10th season with Wimbledon. First of all, is it quite strange seeing some of these coaches in the first team as, you know, heading up the club, so to speak?
I suppose it's strange in some ways because of where we started, but by the same token, we've got quality people in the building there. There's undoubtedly a lot of knowledge and a lot of detail, and people that understand the club from the inside out, I'd say. So as strange as it is, I think it's fully deserved, and it's what it's allowed us as an academy is everything's quite streamlined now. The academy play very similar to the first team. Obviously there has to be some differentiation because we're at different ages and stages, but in terms of the culture and the environment and the systems and the styles, we try to have as much alignment as we possibly can. Yeah, they'll follow very similar methods, and obviously I spent 5 years working with Rob as his assistant, so a lot of what I do is thanks to the support and the development he gave me, and now I'm trying to carry that on with the younger groups now, whilst he's also continuing with the first team.
And how much does that help to try and breed the stars of tomorrow, that you've got this environment where everyone's aligned and the same thinking?
Yeah, I mean the group have been obviously together training the first team today. There's a lot of that happens quite regularly where under-18s will step up and support first team sessions. From what I understand, that the group have trained really well today. The environment was really positive. They, whilst also not having standards that were below the expectation. So they're young people, so there's never a guarantee. But the way they've been performing and playing at the moment, they'll go into it with every confidence. And yeah, it's about them trying to stamp their mark on the game and make sure that they're doing everything they can. That doesn't mean it will always be perfect, but it means them making sure that they're going out and doing everything they can to be the best version of themselves, so that the club can keep elevating.